In the shining skyline of Chicago, a woman excelled at work but went unnoticed at home. Olivia Hunter's ability stood out, but favoritism from her family hurt her. A secret on her mother's phone rocked everything. This is the tale of a daughter reclaiming her value. Morning sunlit Chicago's skyscrapers, bouncing off Olivia Hunter's cubicle at Creative Impulse. In her 7th year as senior designer, she sat prim, ponytail tidy, wearing a crisp navy blouse and gray suit. A single photo frame contained her graduation photo. No relatives, only her. Colleagues said she was a perfectionist, respecting her work but remaining at arm's length. Her coffee foamed as she opened her laptop, an email from her mother on screen. Olivia, no word about Dad's birthday party next Sunday. Vanessa's taking time off for it. Olivia sighed, staring at the screen. Martha, her mother, a beloved English teacher at Oak Park High for 25 years, was the picture of a perfect mom. But her warmth always flowed to Vanessa, Olivia's younger sister. "I'll reply later," Olivia muttered, marking the email read. She dreaded her father George's birthday party. George, a sociable sales manager at Hunter Realty, was well-liked but deferred to Martha at home. To Olivia, he gave superficial compliments, proud of her grades, her awards, but never really knowing her. His attention was Vanessa. Always Vanessa. Even her name caused a knot in Olivia's chest. Vanessa, with blue eyes and long blonde hair, was employed at First National Bank, said to be in line for a promotion. A one-time cheerleader, she clubbed with friends, luxuriated in their mother's favor. Mother's pet, Olivia breathed, not envious but sure after years of observation. At family gatherings, Martha gushed over Vanessa's life, giving Olivia only polite nods. Her phone buzzed. Grandfather calling. Olivia's face softened. William, her maternal grandfather, a retired judge, was her only true confidant. "Good morning," she answered brightly. "Morning, Olivia." William's warm voice came through. "How's my star designer?" "Busy, but good," she said. "How about you?" "Still not letting the young ones win at chess," he chuckled. "About George's party. You coming?" Olivia hesitated. "Work's hectic, I'm not sure." William sighed. "I know family's tough for you, but come for me. I'm old, don't get many chances to see everyone." Olivia pressed her forehead, unable to refuse him. "Okay, grandfather, I'll be there." "Your project last month was brilliant," he added. "Real talent." Tears pricked her eyes. "Thanks," she whispered, hanging up. Staring out her office window, Olivia's mind drifted. Since childhood, she'd felt like an outsider. Serious, sincere, called boring by her family. Her connection to them, all but William, became colder by the year. Christmas, Thanksgiving invitations, made fewer and fewer appearances. "Olivia's busy," they'd say, or "she wouldn't like this." Partially true. She'd begun to schedule work to try to avoid rejection. But it stung. She cracked open her calendar. Looking at next Sunday, empty. She typed, "Dad's birthday party," and saved it. What lies this time? She grumbled, re-immersing herself in work, missing family but steeling herself for hurt. Saturday afternoon, Olivia was standing on the porch of her mother's house, the party being tomorrow. Her printer had quit, and she had to print design project materials for an impending deadline. Martha opened it with a stiff hug. "Olivia, just in time. Vanessa's out picking up party decorations, and I've ordered the cake." "Thanks," Olivia spoke softly. "Can I use the printer?" "In the study," Martha answered. "Yes, an antique watch he had wanted," Olivia said, trying to smile. Martha's voice was dry. "Nice. Vanessa had gotten him a golf bag. He'll adore it." Olivia felt sick, but she smiled, going up the stairs. In the study, the computer required a password. "Mom, what's the password?" She had called. "Forgot I changed it," Martha said, going up the stairs. "Use my phone, it's quicker." She opened her iPhone and handed it over. "I'm confirming the cake, back in 30 minutes. "Thanks," Olivia muttered, glad to be by herself. She opened Martha's email program, located her documents, and sent them to the printer. As it hummed, she waited, agitated. Her thumb swiped to the home screen, stopping on a folder. Private albums. Private. Olivia breathed softly, her curiosity pulling. She touched it, and albums, Vanessa's birthday, Florida trip 2023, Christmas dinner, family weekend, appeared. Her insides curled. She had never heard of these. She opened Vanessa's birthday. Pictures of Vanessa smiling amidst a cake, Martha, George, friends, relatives surrounding her. Taken 3 months ago. Olivia wasn't invited, wasn't present. Her hands trembled. Florida trip 2023 featured her parents and Vanessa on a Miami beach. The same time Olivia was informed a work presentation conflicted with a family vacation. They lied, she murmured, voice shaking. Christmas dinner, last Christmas, when she'd celebrated alone, informed there were no plans. Photos showed a lavish table, even William there, laughing. Family weekend. More gatherings, more smiles, no Olivia. She scrolled through every album, her face absent from each. Why? Tears streamed down her cheeks, unnoticed, as the printer fell silent. Martha's voice called. Olivia, done printing? Olivia wiped her face, resetting the phone. Yes, she replied, her voice shaky. Martha entered. Frowning. Leaving already? Got things to do, Olivia said, avoiding her eyes, packing her bag. You're coming tomorrow, right? Martha asked. Olivia nodded, hurrying down the stairs. You okay? Martha yelled after her. Fine, see you tomorrow, Olivia replied, heading out the door. In the car, she clutched the wheel, crying. Years of discomfort hardened, they'd done it on purpose, left her out. At home, sleep eluded her. Memories swamped. Olivia's busy, Olivia won't care, don't tell Olivia, she'll be hurt. The words now shouted betrayal. By morning, Olivia's heart solidified into determination. She pulled out her phone, sending a message to each family member. Don't call me again. She cut them off. Calls, texts, social media. A bittersweet blend of freedom and mourning swept over her. 3 months went by, and Chicago's springtime bloomed, echoing Olivia's transformation. She plunged herself into work, her standing flying at creative impulse. Last month, she'd received an award for a huge beverage campaign. Taking a sip of coffee, looking out at the city skyline, she felt more resilient, but the pain remained. She'd create her own life, untainted by their rejection. The ache in Olivia Hunter's heart lingered, but life pressed on. At Creative Impulse, her colleague Rachel stopped by her desk. Want to try a new yoga class this weekend? The instructor's amazing. Olivia smiled. Rachel had become a close friend since she cut ties with her family. Sounds great, I'm in. Her phone buzzed. An unknown number. She usually ignored these, but something urged her to answer. Hello. Olivia, it's me. Her grandfather William's voice came through. Her heart skipped. Grandfather? I apologize, I'm calling from a new number, he said quietly, a touch of melancholy in his voice. I heard you blocked everybody. Olivia rose, going to the vacant conference room for the sake of privacy. I didn't mean to block you, she spoke in a soft voice. No explanations necessary, William answered. But I have to speak with you. In person, not by phone. Will you come by my place this evening? His voice held a strange sense of urgency. What's this regarding? Olivia questioned warily. It's crucial, he mentioned. Please, at 6. All right, she consented, her belly twisting. Having just hung up, she gazed out toward Chicago's skyline, hope tangled with nerves. Meeting William filled her with warmth, but confronting family issues filled her with fear. At 6, Olivia drove past the stone entrance of William Morrison's estate in northern Chicago. A spotless garden lay before the huge residence. The butler, Harold, opened the door to welcome her. Miss Olivia. Welcome. He took her through a broad corridor lined with family portraits to William's study. William was seated in a leather chair beside the fireplace, his stiff demeanor eased by a leaner frame. Olivia, I'm so glad you came, he said, rising to embrace her. She settled in his arms. Good to see you, grandfather. You are well. Sit, he indicated to a chair across from him. The fire crackled, sending golden light. I don't blame you for breaking away, he started. Olivia nodded, her throat constricted. I know about the pictures, William said softly. Martha informed me you discovered them. Tears pricked at Olivia's eyes. Why, grandfather? Why had she been excluded? William let out a deep sigh, rising to get a leather-bound album from a bookshelf. "This is our family history," he said, giving it to her. Olivia opened it, discovering pictures she had never seen. Her mother Martha as a young woman, Christmas photographs with her grandparents, and then she gasped. "This is your aunt and her sister, Elizabeth," William said sternly. "Your mother. She died 30 years ago in an automobile accident." Olivia flipped pages, shocked. Elizabeth had looked like Martha but with softer, open eyes. Aunt Elizabeth? Mom never told her about her. How does this relate to me? William's face became heavy. Martha and Elizabeth had been competitive. Elizabeth had been smart, loved by everyone. Martha was quiet, jealous. After Elizabeth died, Martha altered. Her darker features became more pronounced. Olivia's hands were shaking. "But why me?" "You're like Elizabeth," William said quietly. "Not only your appearance, your truth, your gentleness. To Martha, you're a reminder of her suffering." Olivia gazed at Elizabeth's photograph, unable to speak. Her mother's rejection had nothing to do with her. It had to do with a phantom. "That's no excuse," William said, his voice hard. "What Martha, George, and Vanessa did. Except you lying, it's intolerable. They said you were too busy, didn't care. I listened to them stupidly." Olivia's tears fell. "You didn't know." "If I had, I'd have stopped it," William said, his eyes flashing. "Vanessa approached me last month, weeping, filled with guilt. Your absence unsettled her. She's always trailed Martha, but now her conscience is stirring." Olivia looked up, taken aback. "Vanessa?" William nodded, walking to his desk. "I've made a decision. Next Saturday, I'm having a special dinner here for the entire family." Olivia's heart pounded. "What?" "I'm not prepared to see them." "I need you there," William said, his eyes firm. "It's for your vindication, and I have something to tell everyone." "Grandfather, what's your plan?" she asked, cautious. "A surprise," he smiled lightly. "I'm proud of you, Olivia. Your strength, your heart. It's time the family sees it." Olivia's mind reeled, fear conflicting with trust in William. She drew a breath in. "Okay, I'll come." "Good," William said, pleased. "Formal dress code. I want this to be a night to remember." As she went out, Olivia stopped at the door. "Are you sure about this? You appear to have something big in the works." William's smile was mysterious. The truth must be revealed. Saturday night, Olivia came to the mansion in a form-fitting black cocktail dress, her stomach clenched with tension. Inside, her relatives stood in wait. Martha, nervous. George, bewildered. Vanessa, eyes weighed down with guilt. "Olivia," George approached hesitantly. "Been a long time." "Yes," Olivia responded, her tone detached. Heavy silence. William arrived, stunning in a black tuxedo, his presence dominating. "Sit down, everyone," he declared. The dining room's long table sparkled with crystal and silver, candles glowing. As they sat, William raised his glass. "Before we can toast, I have something to say." His voice grew serious. "I've held dear this family's honor, honesty, dignity." He regarded Olivia, then swept the table with his eyes. "Martha, George, Vanessa. I know what you've done to Olivia. Leaving her out, lying, hurting her." Martha's face went white. "Dad, that's..." "Quiet," William interrupted, his voice frosty. "No excuses." Olivia's heart raced, tears burning. William placed a hand on her shoulder. "Olivia Hunter is the most honest, hard-working person here. Her success is her own. Tonight, I've made a decision." He faced the table, voice steady. "I'm naming Olivia heir to my fortune and business." Gasps echoed. Martha clutched the table, George half stood, Vanessa's eyes widened. "Dad, what?" Martha's voice shook. "It's clear," William said. "After I'm gone, Olivia will inherit the Morrison fortune and real estate business. The legal papers are done." Olivia stood there, frozen, her grandfather's determination overpowering. "This isn't punishment," William stated. "It's giving responsibility to the right individual." He lifted his glass. "To Olivia Hunter, my granddaughter, the future of this family." Olivia raised her glass, shaking hands, as her shocked family faces seared into her memory. Olivia nodded, looking out William's study window at Chicago skyscrapers. What about Dad and Vanessa? She spoke with concern in her voice. William's face clouded. They seem to accept your role, he said. George still works in sales. Vanessa started as a financial assistant last week. Is that okay? Olivia pressed. Uneasy. They need time to face the truth, William said quietly. Starting today, you'll have access to all company records. Accounting, transactions. Know the past to shape the future. Olivia dove into her new role, splitting time between Creative Impulse and Morrison Real Estate. Her sharp eye and analytical mind shone through. She went through 5 years of accounting entries, following each transaction. 3 weeks went by, and she was in the company office alone at night, looking at her screen with a frown. Something's wrong, she grumbled. Inconsistencies were shown in the accounting system. She matched bank statements, deposits, withdrawals, customer accounts. There was a pattern: 3-year irregularities. Money diverted. Channeled to difficult-to-follow accounts. Her hands shook as she printed out the figures. She investigated further and traced the accounts to George and Vanessa's personal investments. Unbelievable, Olivia breathed, shoving evidence into her bag. $2 million taken from the company. She had to inform William. Next morning, in William's study, Olivia laid out the files. Here's the evidence, she said. Dad and Vanessa misappropriated funds, overcharged clients, fictitious expenses, false records. William's eyes went cold, anger and disappointment dancing. I was blind, he said, voice weighted. My own family, such betrayal. What now? Olivia asked quietly. William stood looking out the window. I thought of going to law, but that'd shame the family publicly. Instead, another gathering, all relatives, Morrison and Hunter family, 30 people or so. Olivia's eyes grew wide. Everyone? Yes, William affirmed, determined. For family honor, the truth had to be revealed. A week later, William's mansion hummed with relatives. Olivia sat next to her grandfather, tension strained, posture rigid. George and Vanessa squirmed across the room, tense faces. Dinner concluded, William rose, tapping his glass. Dear family, tonight is a turning point for the Morrisons, he intoned gravely. My time is limited, and I have to secure our future. He nodded toward Olivia. She rose, heart racing. I appoint Olivia Hunter the next president of Morrison Real Estate, William announced. Grok murmurs spread through the room. But first, a truth needs to be told, he added. Recent probing indicates company money was embezzled. Silence descended, heavy and cutting. George, Vanessa, stand. William's voice was uncompromising. They stood, shaking, faces ashen. You broke our trust, William announced, holding aloft a file. Evidence of your theft. $2 million, diverted for personal gain, with falsified records. That's a misunderstanding. George blurted, voice desperate. You'll explain, William said coldly. But the evidence is clear. Martha stared at her husband and daughter, her face ashen. Is this true? Her voice shook. Vanessa's eyes brimmed with tears, her voice gone. George fell silent, head bowed. This is my judgment, William said. George and Vanessa are banished from Morrison Real Estate, effective today. Olivia takes full authority. The room hummed, relatives whispered, stunned, some nodding in approval. Olivia did not move, the irony bitter. The family that kept her out now stood to be kept out. No happiness filled her, only a quiet determination. Justice was served. A year later, the summer sun of Chicago glinted off Morrison Real Estate's new office building. Preparations for the first anniversary celebration buzzed. Olivia stood by her office window, looking out over the city. It's all set, President, said her secretary Jennifer, smiling. Olivia turned, relieved. Has grandfather come? In the lobby, with nearly everyone else, Jennifer responded. Olivia breathed in deeply, shoulders relaxing. Let's go. In the elevator, she thought about it. Following the revelation of the fraud, she had quit Creative Impulse, dedicating herself to redeveloping Morrison Real Estate. Early days were difficult. Trust in the industry was eroded. But her honesty and new thinking propelled 20% growth in a year, reviving the company's reputation. In the lobby, William stood proudly despite his cane, Martha at his side, stiff. "Mom, thank you for coming," Olivia spoke quietly. Martha's apologies had been slow and agonizing, but Olivia was opening her heart, step by step. "You've created something amazing," William said, embracing her. "I'm proud." "Because of you," Olivia smiled. The room shone, clients, employees, mock-ups of new projects on tables, foretelling a rosy future. William stepped onto the stage to make his speech. "Thank you for convening," he started. "1 year ago, I appointed Olivia to head this company. Today, I know that was correct." He invited her. Olivia moved forward, applause breaking out. Later, in a corner, Martha came over. "I talked to Vanessa," she whispered. "She's finding things tough. Her engagement collapsed after the deception." Olivia nodded, saying nothing. "I said her actions have repercussions," Martha continued. A subdued understanding passed between them. "What about Dad?" Olivia asked. "He's in a tiny company in another state," Martha replied. "We're finished." Olivia watched the sunset unfolding across the sky. Anger dissipated, given way to acceptance, resolve. "A new start," she whispered. "For all of us," Martha concurred. Olivia smiled slightly. The future was unknown, but her way was clear. No concealed truth could unsettle her now. Integrity and bravery can recover your value and create new connections out of shattered ones. Hi viewers, what a heartening ride. Olivia transformed rejection into victory, remaking her life and reputation. If this touched you, click that like button. Comment. Have you ever recovered from betrayal to discover your power? Share this with your friends. They'll be hooked. Subscribe and ring the bell for more tales of perseverance. Become a member of our Patreon to submit your own story concepts. See you soon.